Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Mark Takeshi Ota, the stream where there's now two fans. Two fans, one of these with my face on it. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, wait, I'm not holding it right. Look, it's got my face on it. And it's got little tsums on it. Isn't that amazing? I have two fans now. This was sent to me. I got a message from my agent who said that I had received fan mail and it's a fan mail, which I think is fantastic. A fan mail fan. So I don't know if you are watching who made this, but thank you so much. I really love it. I hope it will last a lifetime so that I can look at it when I'm old and be like, oh, I used to look young, but I'm folded. I'm indeed folded. Fan mail fan mail from a fan. Isn't that amazing? That is, but I have the other one still as well. Yo, Poggy Pocket. Thank you so much for the gift subs. Oh, I also saw somebody else subbed. Wait, thank you for the sub. Wait, where was it? Queen something? Queen Canna of Stormhold. Oh, and now I've got all this stuff happening on the screen and I'm not even using my two fans. Come on, Mark's face. Get out. Don't be so full of yourself. You don't need to be all over the screen. You strange human. Queen Canna and then, wait, and Casey, Queen? Hold on, what does it say? KC547 and Queen Can... Oh, two subs. Queen Canna of Stormhold and KC547. Thank you so much. And Poggy Pocket, of course. Yo, y'all are amazing. So much Mark on the screen. That's what happens. And little Tums. For some reason, they're like placed all very delicately today. So I wonder, what's the verdict? Do we think we're gonna have any foliage today, or do you trust me in keeping this all? Yo, thanks, Mirthful Vampire. I'm a voice actor, so I'm very good at the pronunciation. I feel like there's like new people in here, which is like freaking amazing. I still also like every day. I haven't like been keeping up at all with YouTube uploads and stuff. I was thinking like I don't even make dedicated YouTube videos. But I can totally, you know, when there's like YouTubers or whatever that always say like, oh, like I'm so burnt out. And I understand it because like there's all these little things that you probably have to do that always takes so much time. Like making a thumbnail and, you know, upload schedule and writing things in there and everything. And like, it's just like, and I just don't even barely do the bare minimum or something. But I understand it more as I've started doing a little bit of it. But so in order for me not to burn out, I've just kind of been doing as much as I feel like, and that's probably the better way to do it also. Because I've also been kind of busy on the voice acting front, lots of auditions, lots of samples to record, a couple of voiceovers. And stuff. So it's and then I have my day job, which is, you know, driving for Uber, which because I'm not at the moment I've not been getting so much voiceover that I can just be like, yeah, right, I don't need any extra money. So it's like you know, all these things together add up, you know. So gotta make sure I relax and everything. Got a really pretty long voice tape I have to do tomorrow as well. So you all have to keep me in check that I keep my voice all nice and calm, because I went to 2 birthdays yesterday and the day before. And yesterday was also a karaoke birthday, which was a lot of fun. And I sang 99 Luftballons, the German version. But I gotta make sure I protect the beautiful voice. So that I'm able to do all the crazy things. Do you honestly believe we can keep you from shouting? Yes, Elsie. I think you totally can. No yell, only ASMR. Ooh, what is this? There's a little fruit fly. Why is there a fruit fly in my room? I have no fruit in my room. Only static. Maybe. Do you think it's attracted to the static? Static. I'm wearing like a green jumper, and I was wondering if this would like kind of make me disappear, but it's not. Yo, hee Himmel, what's going on? Thank you so much for the sub. There's so many subs of you. Y'all are so sweet that you think that I'm worthy of being subbed. That's is very kind. You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. I don't understand why I'm getting warm now. This jumper is actually maybe warmer than it needs to be. Because my lights are not like warm. They're like LED lights. But maybe it's the computer just working at high speed. But anyway, because it's October now, but it's not getting that cold. It's not that cold yet. But how are you all? How's it going? How are you? I haven't done like a hello saying everyone that's in chat. Should I do that? I'm gonna see who's in chat. Eminem, so great to be back. Great to have you back as well. Elliptical Nature. I like that. Sounds like elliptical nature. Sounds like a song. Aim, how am I feeling today? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fine. How are you feeling? Apologist Ice is also in, and Blob Leponge, and of course Queen Kenna of Stormholt, and Casey547, and Perry Go Away. Please don't go away. LC is in the house. In the Wash 93. You're excited for the stream? So am I. Sup Bill, the Ray Files, the Camouflage, Very Weird Creature. And Stream Elements is also in the chat. Oh, and Aim, thank you for the bits. Appreciated. Liz Not Fox has been watching on YouTube, and it's first time here live on stream. Welcome. Liz, is it Liz Not Fox or Lies Not Fox? I'm not sure. The Scarecrow 65. Susato Sunday, Elliptical Nature says, indeed it is. Spaghetti plays guitar. I still want to play guitar at some point on stream. Maybe I have to get up the courage to do it. What song should I play? I don't know. I can't make a song. I'll play one that I know already, maybe. I don't know. Who else is there? Who have I not said yet? Scare Eminem, Camouflage, Supper, Queen. Oh, where we got that? You got Leox. Oh, you are Sheol, you're in as well. How's it going? How are you? And Baroque's Footstool, classic. Great name in it. Our good old Baroque's Footstool. You're here to defend Baroque today. Let's see what I always said. Is it Baroque or Baroque? Baroque Van Zieks. Baroque Van Zieks. I get confused every time. Caro, what's going on? Majestic. Who's Majestic? This one? This one's Majestic. Marshall K, what's going on? John Brownlee, also a first-time chat. Welcome. Going down the list. Who else have I not said yet? Have I missed anyone? I don't know. La 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 la. I'm singing. La la la. Carmen Sun 007. Is that what? Carmen is also Carmen San Diego is a wait, is Carmen San Diego related to 007, or is that just a separate detective? Carmen San Diego is a detective game, isn't it? Chi Demon, and Mirthful Vampire, of course, and who have I not said yet? Who have I not said hello to? And Mirthful Vampire says also, glad to be in stream finally. You're not caught up on Mark's on my AA series, but just finished TGAA 2 recently. So then no spoilers for me. I'm getting there. Eileen also, what's going on? How are you? Going down. Afterglow Ampharos. Nothing you can do to hold me back. I don't know what you're saying. Hold me back? Who holds me back? I hold me back. No one holds me back. I mean, maybe you should. Cursed Worms made it to stream in time. Yes, you did indeed. Moondrop 0919. The leaves are leaving here, and it makes you sad. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yes, it is sad. But also, seasons are nice sometimes. Aren't they nice? I like seasons. Who likes seasons? Or do you prefer it to just be the same weather all year round? Very Halloweeny, working on some fics for next month. Some fics? What does that mean? What is a fic? If you're German, ignore what I just said. Anyway, oops, sorry. Darcy on the case. You've been traveling, not able to catch these live for a while, but happy to be back. Well, I'm jealous that you've been traveling. Isn't that lovely? Today is a great day because Mark is streaming. Why, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Baroque Defense Squad is ready. Well, let's see what happens. I guess I'm technically part of the Baroque Defense Force because I'm his defense attorney, aren't I? Wait, I just saw somebody else's. So Marshall K, what's going on? And Stardust Parker. There's another streamer who also streams TGAA 2 on Sundays at basically the same rate. I've been seeing who's going to finish first. It's the other person, but for a long time Oh, really? Wait, who's the other person? And they've been streaming on the same day as me? Not at the same time, have they? How have I not noticed this? You told us to hold you back. Exactly. So you're holding me back. Autumn is nice. Autumn is kind of nice, isn't it? Fanfics. Oh, you're making fanfics. Very nice. I like seasons. Streamed Sams is on their way. Excellent. So do you write fanfiction, Carmen-san? Carmen-san? Carmen-san. Do you write fanfiction? And what sort of fanfiction? I hope they release TGAA investigations and we see Kazuma and his weird girl assistants Gina maybe due to... Wait. What does that mean? TGAA investigations. Is that a new thing? Their username is Onster and they're a VTuber. Oh, interesting. Not at the same time. All right, I'm all caught up with chat. And I've got my 2 fans. This one's inside out now. I've got the right side. So here you can always remember who I am because it's my name on there. In case I forget, I can always look at this and be like, what's my name again? And then I'll know. Look at all the detail also of the Tsums. Isn't that nice? Look. They look so alike. Look at that. Ah! Oh no. We had foliage. Foliage. Wait, how am I? Look at that. That's like so spot on. Look at all the detail. That's like perfection. Isn't that amazing? Did we have any bets? Did we have any bets on if there was going to be foliage? Wait, and where's the other one? Look. Look at that. It's so cute. It's wait, I'm not doing it right. How am I here? But it's so good. AA7 is real. Trust me, guys. My dad is Mr. Capcom himself. Well, if you say that, cursed worms. Cursed worms. Good to know, Mr. Capcom. All right. Are we ready to do more gaming? Who's ready? Who's ready? Ready for action. Ready for action. Ready for action. Ready for action. Onsta is a black woman living in Japan and she's streaming TGAA with her friend and loving it. That is so cute. I love that. So if it's in Japan, then it would be... Wait, they're 8 hours ahead, right? So she probably has already streamed today then. I'm guessing. Please call me Cap. Mr. Capcom is my father's name. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. All right, ready to play? Let's do some gaming. Yo, we being reminded of all the gift subscriptions. Wait, are we not? I thought it's gonna get an explosion. Oh, there's the explosion. Explosion happening. Wee! Explosions! Happening on screen. Why is my voice is already fucked, isn't it? Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna have to be very chill. I'm gonna have to be very chill so that... Oh, shit. I've paused so long, my controller turned itself off. Alright. Alright, we're ready to play. I don't know if I remember exactly where we were. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to wing it. I do kind of remember. We were sort of in the middle of something. Rest in peace, Mark's voice. Didn't even last 30 minutes. No, my voice is fine. It's fine. It's all fine. I just have to make sure I'm gonna make the voices not too crazy today, probably. But then again, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I've hydrated. And I've got my nebulizer. I can steam tonight or something. Okay. Okay, I do remember... Oh, is there a glass here? Who was drinking? Somebody was drinking. Right, so we're having a feast. And then I probably have to go somewhere else. We've already talked about stuff. There was a telegram from Japan? Kazuma's death? Maybe we just do one so I remind myself a little bit what happened. So, what was in the telegram we received back from Japan again? I just, I know we just spoke about this, but maybe we can just talk about it again if you don't mind. This. I thank my lucky stars it arrived in time. Record found as indicated. Duplicate follows. Kei Asogi. A Assassin. Tobias Gregson. John Wilson. Probably. Is that all of them? Or what? Those 4 names. We've come across that exact same list before. Oh, thank you. This is reminding me of everything, isn't it? They came up in that unforgettable case last spring. What appeared to be a simple case of aggravated murder turned out to be masking monumental intrigue. A plot that involved the sale of British governmental secrets to foreign states. It's all coming together, isn't it? In exposing the means by which those secrets were being leaked, we deciphered a fragment of a message. Oh yeah, poor Mr. Windybanks. Kayasoki, A. Shin, T. Gregson, J. Wilson. But we didn't find the names out until the case was over, and we never did get to the bottom of what they meant. All we knew was that the information had been sent by somebody in the British government to somebody in Japan. Who to who? So why are these names coming up again now? Yes. Where did the sender of your telegram discover them, Mr. Sholmes? I have here the message I had wired yesterday. Allow me to read it to you. Enter Judge Jigoku's office undetected and investigate telegram records. Expect to find communication from Britain dated 1 year ago. List of 4 names. Need by tomorrow. Naruhodo. I sent it to a detective I know who specializes in clandestine missions of this nature. You asked Inspector Hosonaga to undertake such an onerous task for you. And in my name? What? In your name? Why in your name? Huh? I wonder what guise he opted for this time. My dear fellows, it was a matter of great urgency, you understand? Anyway, the list of names was found in Seishiro's office, as Sholmes predicted. So, you mean that mysterious collection of names that was sent from Britain to Japan was... It was sent to Judge Jigoku. He was the intended recipient. Don't believe it. But that doesn't answer the question of what the list of names actually signifies. I did formulate a hypothesis about that. But without a shred of evidence, I couldn't possibly have shared it. Mr. Sholmes looks deadly serious for once. Okay, catching up a little bit. Right, that tragedy we had to go through on the SS Beria. It was all for nothing. Kazuma wasn't dead at all. He only just noticed. Oh, what's going on, Dragon Nerd Izzy? How are ya? And Fire of Resolve, you're also here. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. How have you been? We were completely taken in by the lie you told us. Your great detective's lie. Oh, hello, Stream Sams. Wait, who's bullying? Comment about Eugen on screen, but I forgot that you can't say the... what's... Oh, that word. I think you meant a positive D word, right? No. I took no pleasure in deceiving you. However, at the time, all that concerned me was preventing the young man's study tour from taking place, whatever the cost. Positive. Oh, oh no. Twitch thinks it's bullying? It seems to have been alright this time. Maybe if you capitalize it, it's okay. What? Oh my god! I capitalized. How did I just say the word capitalize and it comes on screen straight away after? That's some mind reading right there. Sholmes, I capitalized on the events that transpired to see that he was sent back to Japan. That's not a common word, is it? That's strange. Automod is on an autumn break. Or Automod was like, ooh, it's autumn. I'm gonna just chill a little bit today. His remains, you mean? Precisely. Wait, what remains? What? All that Kazemi was preventing him and study to... Okay. But he didn't die. He wouldn't have remains. Precisely, Mr. Sato. And then I made sure that somebody else was sent to Britain in his stead. Oh my. You mean... me? The arrangement between our two countries was already in place. One university student lawyer and one judicial assistant to be accommodated on a study tour. In other words, by arranging for someone else to fill the place originally intended for Mr. Asogi, I would successfully prevent the man from arriving on our shores for several years at least. Wait, do you mean to say that... On some streams, Twitch thinks the word autism is rude. I have autism and there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it's not... Automod is weird, isn't it? What? I guess like any words can be used as bullying if you wanted to. Something. If you say like, oh, you're such coffee, and then it's like, no, I'm human. That was so insulting. That was a terrible example. That was awful. That was an awful example. I guess I could never be a bully. I can't even do it in pretense. Because I'm so nice, right? I never bully anyone. Anyway, it was all in aid of stopping Kazuma coming to Britain. That's why you... Coffee. You are such coffee. It's only because the coffee was right in front of me, so that's why I thought about it. But it doesn't really make sense. Oh, it's nonsense. Think back, Mr. Naruhodo. Calling someone an absolute muppet could be bullying, even though the word muppet isn't inherently negative. Very true. That's why Automod is just not good. My favorite Automod flag ever. It did say that. Someone saying, I don't like girls, and it got flagged as misogyny. Yeah, it did just also, Automod did flag it, yes. Even though it was a quote. That's funny. Was there not somebody who quite casually urged you to continue on the voyage to England? The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. Suddenly he got sad. In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. And then he turns up. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know? All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer. The voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another... I just look over at the chat and it just says, twink, 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 twink. Y'all are silly. What's going on? Are you just trying to challenge Automod into seeing what happens? Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. So, You manipulated me. Chad, come on. Now, like, LC wants to chill a little bit. Don't go too crazy. So, you manipulated me. I've often remarked on the extraordinary lengths to which friendship will drive a man. I was quite sure that you would rise to the challenge for your late friend. I don't believe it. But if it was all contrived... I mean, what happened was treated by the authorities as murder. A woman was mistakenly... Oh, yeah, I remember this now, because they didn't arrest her, right? Naturally, I didn't allow the misapprehension to have any serious repercussions. I subsequently explained everything and assisted the unfortunate soul in finding the foreign refuge she sought. I seem to remember Misusato and I had some rather strong words for her. Well, she was certainly not devoid of all guilt. She deserved every word, I'm sure. I wonder if she made it to America then. Aw, but she felt bad being so mean to Nicolina, or not mean. But it must be rough. Excuse me. I verschlucked myself. Sorry about that. Wait. Just verschlucked myself. Don't worry. I'll be all right. I'm taking it easy today. Totally taking it easy. I'm afraid I simply cannot comprehend it. I don't have a voiceover tomorrow. I just have to record an audition, but it's a pretty long audition. But it's fine. I have plenty of time to rest and everything, so don't worry, my dears. I just verschlucked myself. Don't you remember when it when it goes down the wrong pipe? Then the Germans say verschluckt. Just verschluckt. It is verschluckt. Oh dear. I'm all good. I'm simply choking to death. Don't mind me. Why would you go to such lengths, Mr. Sholmes? Why were you so... Oh, now it tickles. Maybe I should turn this down while I cough. Which one is that? Hello, everyone. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Why were you so determined to stop Kazuma-sama from reaching Britain? Or did Otamiya also get verschlucked themselves? What was Otamiya doing? Were you doing like a game yesterday? The truth is, 12 months ago, I ate soap. There was already a very tangible omen of the impending tragedy, you see? Otamiya has been ill. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. An omen that at this very moment in time is close at hand. She has pneumonia. Oh no, that sounds rough. Well, I hope you get well soon, Otamiya, if you're somewhere out there. Somewhere out there, Otamiya is quite ill. I hope she gets better, and I'm quite sure she will. Anyway, that's for Otamiya. For you. An omen of all these tragic events that already existed a year ago is close at hand. Wait. Does this still work? Hold on. I forgot I had like this thing set up. How did I do that again? I thought, was it with this one? No. I had a thing where I can put markers in my reload config open. Wait, how do I do it? Hold on, I'm just talking to myself for a moment. It doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore. Huh. Oh well, never mind. An omen of all these tragic events that already existed a year ago is close at hand. We need to find out exactly what Mr. Sholmes knows. Yes, we do. Okay. But this is... Oh, I can't move anywhere. Wait, what? Am I supposed to present something? Maybe I'm supposed to present something. A small machine part that Mr. Sholmes found in Jigoku's cabin on the SS Grouse. Oh, I haven't investigated this yet. You see these little things all over the place, don't you? It's the part on the top of a pocket watch that you twist to set the time, isn't it? It's called the crown, I believe. A watch would be quite useless without one. The crown? Like what sits on top of a monarch's head? That's a very grand name for such a tiny part. But actually... Yes, Mr. Naruhodo? If this is a crown, I have a feeling I might have seen a monarch around here somewhere with a very bare head. If by monarch you mean pocket watch, then I'm quite sure you have. Okay. So am I supposed to use this with my pocket watch? Okay, so then we got this. Am I supposed to present this to him? Evacuation drill itinerary. Following departure from Port of Dunkirk, all crew members are... When were we on a ship? Was Mikotoba not on the ship? Were we also on the ship? Or was it just Mikotoba? How did we get this? Did Mikotoba send this to us? Oh shit, I don't remember. Great Sword Karuma. Why do we still have this? Why doesn't Kazuma have this? Did we just keep it? No, we took it because a piece broke off. That's right. A piece broke off and we found it in... That's right. And it matched Karuma, right? That's what it was. Yes, I remember now. We went into the... In the thingy... In the case. The case. It was stuck in the case. Right? And then there was a big mystery of TG. There it is. There it is. Big mystery of TG. Like, what does it stand for? Tony Gilbert or something, right? Or TT Gustafsson. Tina Jean. It was Tina Jean. Was this guy? This guy? Could it be this guy? Oh, that guy? Tak Kageshi Ota. All very good. All very good. And then we pulled... Because... Oh, we pulled this and then we called Sholmes on the boat, right? TGAA. That's right. So we're probably supposed to present something here now. Maybe we present this to him? Mr. Sholmes, would you mind looking at this? This is hardly the time, Mr. Naruhodo, as I'm sure you will appreciate. Oh, no. No, of course not. My attention is entirely drawn to one single matter now. The pheasant. Anyone would think you hadn't eaten in weeks. What about this? There was no room for doubt with your instructions in this telegram, Mr. Sholmes. You were very clear that it was Judge Jigoku's office that should be searched, so... You obviously knew that's where the list of names would be found. Kei Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, J. Wilson. But we only learned of those 4 names just over 6 months ago now. And only because they appeared as part of the top secret government communications that were leaked. That's true, yes. But at the time, you were unaware of the background. You see, those 4 names were wired to Japan. Around 6 months before that. Approximately this time last year, in fact. When you were both still in Japan. What? But we only know just over 6 months ago, and only because... Oh man, like the whole timeline is a little bit confusing to me. I don't think it's all clear in my head. It really would be hypocrisy on my part to reprove others for intercepting state secrets. Because after all, I'm perpetually eavesdropping on communications between the British and Japanese governments, he says, smiling. he's like, yeah, I'm constantly spying on people. I'm not, though. That's just me, like, just in case you're listening, government, any government. I wasn't, that wasn't an admission of any sort. Like, that was just me pretending like I'm Sholmes, a fictional character in this game, like saying that. Like, I'm not, I wouldn't do that because that's wrong. So I wouldn't, for legal reasons. This is a joke. You know, just to be very clear. You know, hello, government. Totally joking. La la la. You're perpetually doing what? How? Never mind the details, but you should know. No secret is safe from Herlock Sholmes when he has designs on knowing it. Oh my, Mr. Sholmes. What a fabulous line. Now, 1 month after that list of 4 names was wired to the recipient, Jigoku, in Japan, Dr. John H. Wilson was murdered. As soon as I learned of the incident, a hypothesis rapidly took shape in my mind. As it turned out, I was partly correct and partly mistaken. What? You're admitting to mistakes? Sholmes. Nevertheless, it was the beginning of all the tragic events that were to follow. Mr. Sholmes, please, tell us all you know. Tell us about these 4 names and the tragedy to which they are all somehow connected. The 4 names. Tell us the 4 names and the tragedy. Oh, the tragedy. Tragedy? Tragedy. Hold on, let me just look something up quickly. Oh, is that what it was? Hold on, I just realized something. Okay, figured it out. As I said, when I learned of Dr. Wilson's murder in Japan, my mind immediately turned to those 4 names because you see, how is it how to say tragedy? Tragedy. It's like prodigy. My mind immediately turned to those 4 names because you see, I'm an actor, and I'm very good at enunciating and pronunciating. So I would never make the mistakes. So, you know, my mind immediately turned to those more names because you see, it doesn't even make sense anymore. I've got the Buddhist of grains. There was someone else on the list who I believed to be recently deceased. What? Pronunciating. Is that what I just said? I don't even remember. Asian, as it was transcribed in Japanese script. In actual fact, Miss Asa Shin. That was a familiar name to me. She was a professional killer, well known among London's unsavory classes. Yeah, isn't it Jim Jams? Stupid Jim Jams. Jim Jams! Jim Jams! Oh, I see. Speaking of Jim Jams, is Kitchen okay? Oh, wait, Elsie, you asked would I like a break from Arnold today. I guess because of my voice being weird. Arnold? I don't know. Of course, Kitchen is welcome to sleep if Kitchen needs to sleep. I just hope Kitchen's okay. That's all. But she had completely vanished from existence several months before Wilson's murder. So I came to the logical conclusion that she had herself been killed. Mark just sounded like me when I'm trying to read. Damn you, dyslexia. Yeah, that does happen. Although, you know, you'd be surprised how many there's tons of voice actors also have dyslexia. I mean, I think, or generally actors. There's a lot of dyslexic actors, and it's like often knowing. I guess, I mean, like, look, I don't know dyslexia because I'm not dyslexic, but I think people find like their own different ways of kind of like, sometimes it's like having colored paper or something, right? Or there was one person also I worked with once, I directed actually, and for them, numbers were difficult and they kept always jumbling up the numbers. So we had to write them out. Like, instead of having the number, like 1948, you would write it in letters, 1948 and stuff like that. And that kind of worked then. So, yeah, different strokes for different folks. Sholmes, and accordingly, I became fearful for the lives of the remaining 2 persons on the list. You can still become an actress if you want to, Caro. I only became an actor in my late 20s. Or early 30s, really. So, always possible. Kei Asogi and T. Gregson. Owing to our proximity, I decided to take measures to protect Gregson myself. But I determined it would be safest if young Asogi were to stay away from Britain. So that's why you went to such lengths to prevent his study tour from going ahead. Exactly. So, you already knew who Kazuma-sama was, Mr. Sholmes? Oh yes. Sholmes and I have exchanged correspondence for years. I'd recounted many tales about Asogi to him in my letters, and the news of Dr. Wilson's death, of course. So... Oh, so Dr. Wilson is dead then? I didn't know. Oh. Iris. Wait, who? Dr. Oh. I know he wasn't my daddy, but still, that's very sad. Isn't it? I'm so sorry, Iris. We knew the significance of the name, obviously, but we just couldn't bring ourselves to tell you. No. Poor Iris. But what you just told us, Mr. Sholmes, doesn't completely tie in with the facts. There's one big hole in your hypothesis. A big hole, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. You mean about Asashin, I presume? Oh, of course. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, of course. Exactly. She wasn't killed, was she? Just ignore me. Ignore me. She was in Japan posing as a visiting student under the assumed name of Gisela Britta. I'm glad you're keeping up, my dear fellow. Ignore me. Ignore me, everyone. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I'm a goober. What's a goober? I don't know. But I only became aware of that fact 2 days ago in the foyer of the Great Waterloo Hotel. Tomato, tomato. No corpsing on the job. Did I mention? No, maybe I'm not going to mention. Never mind. And upon hearing that startling revelation, the hypothesis. Oh, what's up, Twi-Fairy? I just was going to say Tri-Fairy, like a tricycle. But it's Twi-Fairy. How are you? And Saddleby, how are you? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Wait, what was the beginning of this sentence? Did I say maybe I'm slightly hungover? I don't know. And upon hearing that startling revelation, the hypothesis that I'd formed surrounding those 4 names. Goober is a silly person. I am that. I certainly am. Was completely turned topsy. What? Topsy? Oh, I was thinking the same. Does he mean topsy like topsy-turvy? Topsy hypothesis? Tell us. Triforce Fairy. Boom. What do you mean when you say your hypothesis was turned topsy, Mr. Sholmes? What are you talking about? What are you saying, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us. Tell us. I had believed all 4 names on the list to be the names of victims. However, I was mistaken. Very much so. Assassin was a killer. So, this telegram is a list of both victims and killers, is it? Indeed. And it would seem that Miss Shin. Does it mean they're also all killers? Happy Ace Attorney Day! Wait, is it like Ace Attorney Day in another way also? Or is it just Ace Attorney Day? Oh shit, it is actually... What, it's Ace Attorney Anniversary? Oh shit, I didn't know that. Oh, maybe I should do a post about that as well. I don't know what any days are. I'm always happy that I just know what day of the week it is. Today's Sunday, I think. We're in October? Oh yeah, we're in October. It says it right there on my computer. On my computer. On my computer. I did it. I did it. What was the beginning of the sentence? And indeed, and it would seem that Miss Shin was dispatched from Britain with the sole intention of dispatching Dr. Wilson. Compooper. Her visiting student, Compooper, I hardly know her. I'm sorry. A visiting student status being merely a front. I'm sorry. Which would of course explain I should not be allowed on the internet. Which would of course explain why no motive could be determined for her actions. So the real reason Dr. Wilson was killed by Assassin is because he was the target of an assassination. And forearmed... Oh, there's tomatoes on the screen. And forearmed with that knowledge, fresh consideration of this telegram puts the list in a very different perspective. It's almost been an hour and we're still here. But we've done lots of conversing, haven't we? Lots of conversing with Sholmes. What do you mean? Well, does it not strike you? There is another among the 4 who subsequently became a visiting student. Wait, who is it? It's the Assassin, Tobias Gregson, Kei Asogi. Who was the 4th one? Who is the 4th one? I forget. Oh, Jay Wilson. So who else became a student? Wilson? Wilson became a student in Japan, I guess. Is that what we're talking about? Wait. You mean... But of course. A name you know only too well. You mean... Kazuma? Wait. What? But he... What's going on? He didn't... He was a student afterwards? But he's not a student, right? Isn't he just a lawyer? I'm confused. Oh, he was supposed to be, that's right, but he didn't in the end. He did say in court earlier today, and by today I mean 1 month ago, because that's the last time I streamed. Great A's attorney. Yes, on 31st October. I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk. in order to carry out a mission.
And the mission was to be fabulous.
The assassination of the Mark? No, not of the me. Don't assassinate of the me. How mean? How mean? Young Mr. Asogi accepted that mission a year ago now. Surely not. Don't kill the Mark. Not the Mark. In conclusion, this document is a contract of sorts. Kazuma is a Twitch streamer assassin confirmed. An international agreement, one might say, detailing an assassin exchange. Wait, what? An assassin exchange? How could Kazuma possibly have gotten involved with something like that? Yeah, what the hell is that all about? Let's assume that we have two parties. Parties, two parties, and we go dancing. La, 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 la. Lame pun. Each wishing to dispose of a distinct individual. Those two parties make a contract to swap their respective assassination targets. Wait, who goes in gay baby jail? Is it me? Do I go in gay baby jail? What did I do? That would then be an assassin exchange. Oh, I didn't get it. Two parties each wishing to dispose of a distinct... Oh. Wow. Is that it? So if like a British assassin wants to kill someone in Japan and a Japanese assassin wants to kill someone in Britain, and then they're like, yo, I'm supposed to go to Britain and like kill this person, but like it's kind of far away, so would you like mind doing that one for me? And you know, like, if you want someone to kill in Japan, I'll do that for you over here. What do you think? What do you think, man? Like, we just, you know, like save ourselves the trouble of traveling all the way over there, you know? Or, like, I don't know why they're talking like this exactly, but like, I don't know. It just like, yeah. Let's just do that, okay? So that would be an assassin exchange. Oh, Kazutsum needs to go on gay baby jail. Oh, yeah. He's kind of a murderer now, isn't he? Does he need to go into jail? Is that the chat consensus? Harold Mastermind just came in. What's gay baby jail? Welcome, Harold Mastermind, and what a great first question. And Super Very Minty, first time chat as well, and says yes. That's the verdict. Okay, I'm sorry. But just to protect me from your vicious, you know, murderous streak, we're gonna have to put you into gay baby jail just until proven not guilty. Okay, Kazutsum? So, you know, this is not a conviction because we here on my stream are a, fair and just place. So the jury is still out, but until then, you're going to gay baby jail, and you're gonna there's no bail. So see you later. Oh, and also to answer the question what gay baby jail is, it's just a meme, isn't it? Is it just a meme? I've just kind of adopted it because people in chat have said it, but was it a meme or something? Maybe I shouldn't like just sort of repeat what people say to me in chat in case you'll like trick me into saying like bad things or something, but it was a meme, right? Just to answer Harold Masterma's question. So there we go. It is a meme. It is a meme. This is a meme. So, back to the game. So, to begin with, the British assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Japan, where she kills her target. And then, the Japanese assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Britain in order to eliminate his target. It certainly does sound like an exchange. What a cute, like, assassin exchange program. But What on earth is the point? Don't forget, Naruhodo, that the British assassin at least escaped conviction, thanks to diplomatic immunity afforded by consular jurisdiction. Oh, yes. Such jurisdiction should be null and void under the terms of the new treaty between our two countries. Very good. Murder should never be protected by diplomatic immunity. That's just BS. So the fact that it was brought into play suggests intervention at the very highest level. The highest level? Like 99? These murders were two sides of the same coin, linked not by a common motive, but by contractual agreement. As such, they appeared utterly unrelated, yet in truth, the assassins were complicit in one singular, devilish scheme. That disassociation and the safeguard of diplomatic immunity were, I believe, the motivation behind this plot. But wait a minute, Sholmes. If this telegram really is describing the exchange of assassins as you're suggesting, it would mean that the Japanese killer's target was never Seishiro Jigoku at all. It would mean Asogi's target was actually Inspector Gregson. Wait, what? Right. It does mean that. What? Kazuma was here for Gregson? So Judge Jigoku wasn't actually the mark? Yes, that's exactly what it would mean. Ah, we've redeemed. Oh, we've got sing mode. I hold myself personally responsible for failing to keep the inspector safe. Now I'm so sad. Mr. Sholmes. I told him of my fears and implored him to seek a transfer to an overseas position. Obviously, with a young pickpocket in tow. Yes, Gina. Come to think of it, Inspector Gregson did mention that to us at the great exhibition. That he'd be transferring to the Paris police and taking Gina with him. But without informing me, he engaged in one last assignment, it seems. And sadly, it turned out to be his very last. His very last. This is too much to take in. A little bit of a happy tune. A happy tune. All right, everyone, that's quite enough of all that serious talk for one day. Isn't it, Hurley? I mean, look at the time. Look at the time. Ah, quite right, Iris. We must conclude our preparations for tomorrow. What preparations? Well, it's really hard to sing when there's other song music in the background. I think we shall make my way back. My brain is breaking to my hotel room now. This has certainly been a night to remember. It is a little bit sad, though. I mean, I like the idea of you being my daddy. Because then, Susie would have been my big sister. I'm sorry, Iris. My brain. Everything is getting all mixed up. I know, Iris. I was thinking quite the same thing. Were you? What if somebody like me would be worthy?
This music is way too quick to sing along to. I would be delighted to become your sister. This is such a mess. What? Really?
Oh yes, without question.
So, you will teach me all the ways you know to throw Runo to the floor?
Yes, yes, of course. This is so painful. It would be my pleasure.
You didn't have to agree quite so readily.
Oh, but wait a minute. If Susie's going to be my big sister. You could be my big brother if you want, Runo. Just one big happy family.
Huh? I mean, yes. Yes, of course. If you'll have me, I'll gladly be your brother.
Well done, Iris. We must always be mindful of feelings. I've raised you so well. Ah, ha, 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 ha. I don't know why it's so funny.
Because being sensitive is your strong suit, naturally. That was the big song of the Iris theme, right? I'm going to work extra hard for tomorrow now, because it's for my big brother and sister. Now it's all slow again. What is all this talk about?
Preparing for tomorrow. Preparing what? Hee hee. Hee hee. You'll just have to wait and see.
Oh.
Oh. Good luck in court tomorrow. I'm expecting a sterling performance.
I'll do my very best. Of course, by Akami Floss, you have to run. Good luck, well, thank you. I think it will be all right, yeah.
I'll do my very best. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So the overnight break, the trial's proceedings, became a crucial turning point. Exposing new truths while posing new conundrums. That list of full names on the telegram in Judge Jigoku's office. And the extraordinary assassination plot in which my best friend had somehow, become involved. I felt as though I had been plunged into an even greater darkness all of a sudden. But at the same time, I felt sure I would see the light again soon. Oh, picture time, picture time! Because I was lucky enough to have the most wonderful family in the world, standing steadfastly behind me. Family. Yes. To be continued. All right. Thanks. Bye, everyone. See you in a month. No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Don't worry. Don't worry. And that's the game. No, we got time for more. We got time for more. It's all right. It's all right. Don't cry. Unless, if you need to cry, sometimes it's good to let the boo-hoos out, right? It's good to cry sometimes. 4th November, 9:30 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Don't you? Oh, God. That harsh-sounding unicorn gavel. Before we begin today, I have a brief announcement. I'm going to sing a song. No, as with the closed trial 10 years ago, some astonishing facts have come to light in these proceedings. The revelation that the well-known Reaper is actually an organization. Wait. Why do we have Silky Smooth singing song? No, we can't have it again. Oh, does it not? Wait, what? What's going on? Why does it not have a limit? Okay, we'll make Stronghug sing. The revelation that the well-known Reaper is actually an organization, illegally executing its own brand of justice, and the discovery that a respected yacht inspector was at its heart until he himself perished in an assassination plot. Now I stand up and I will sing some more while I say to all members of the judiciary here present on this occasion that we will stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings. Thank you, everyone. Councils, you will undertake this trial with the resolve to pursue the truth to the bitter end. The bitter end. Resolve, yes, that's my intention. My lord, if I may inquire. The defendant may speak. Yes, you may speak, because I look at you and look how fabulous I am. On what grounds is Kazuma Asogi permitted to continue in his role as a prosecutor? He has admitted to colluding with the victim in a plot to assassinate an innocent man. He shouldn't be enjoying the privilege of freedom, let alone be leading the prosecution. I submitted a written petition to Lord Strongheart, requesting that judgment of my transgressions be delayed by 1 day. You did what? He did what? He did what? You did what? He did what? He did what? In today's proceedings, I intend to expose everything. My whole life for the last 10 years has all been leading up to this one day. Kazuma. 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 Whatever the outcome of this trial, I give my word that I will accept whatever punishment is deemed appropriate, however severe, Objection! And I suggest you prepare yourself for the same, Reap. I suggest you prepare yourself for the same, oh Reaper. Kazuma is bristling with hostility today. Today, I get the distinct impression we're heading into a recession. Oh no, that's not what I was trying to say. It just rhymed so nicely, so I did that today. Into very dangerous territory. I also wonder, am I singing like offbeat? Because I think the music as I hear them is not the way that you hear them, right? Oh well, if it is, then it's just going to be that way. One last singing line for Susato. Is that really even Kazuma-sama standing before us? Alright, that's it. Song over. Song over. As an extreme exception to normal practices, I have granted this prosecutor's request. The defense finds this acceptable, I presume? Yes, my lord. In that case, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court, excuse me, to be in session again. We resume the closed hearing. God, he's so dramatic, isn't he? Like the way he always stands up. Santa never did that. we resume the closed hearing of Baroque van Zeeks. The defense is ready, my lord. The prosecution is
always tries to up the ante, huh? The prosecution is more than ready. More than ready.
Very well, then. This preamble has taken long enough. It feels like it's been a month or something. Prosecutor Asogi, begin! As you wish, my lord. The prosecution calls the first witness to the stand. Yes. Bring Seishiro Jigoku into the courtroom. At last, then, we've reached the final battle. The final battle. He's putting literally everything on the line now in order to get to the truth. Time to slap yourself in the face. Come on, Ryunosuke. It's time for that steely resolve. Because this is going to test it to the limit.
Oh, look at him. He looks fancy.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court.
So it was you who issued this, was it?
Your subpoena. I did what was necessary.
Well, look what the young man has become. I didn't think I'd see the day when you take that tone with me, I must say.
The witness will ensure that his responses are pertinent to the questions asked.
My name is Seishiro Jigoku, a Supreme Court judge from the Empire of Japan.
16 years ago, this man came to London as a visiting student. 6 years later, he returned to Japan. As well as presiding over the Supreme Court, he is also currently Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs. I am, of course, fully aware of Mr. Jigoku and his preeminent roles. Are you trying to insult me? I know everything. I am Strongheart. I am so clever. Mwah. Bye, apologist Ice. I'm glad you had fun, and I see you next time. I invited him personally to the International Forensic Science Symposium as a representative of this country. I am so clever. I am so smart. I am Strongheart. I put the chair down. I'm going to put it up again. Go up, chair. Wait, is it going up? Oh, it has gone up. Okay. I hear you also played the piano. A key role in the conclusion of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation.
It was a great honor to be involved in the negotiations. I put my all into that treaty.
Judge Jigoku, I must ask.
Well, I never. Fancy the young murdering student turning up here of all places.
You acquitted me yourself? And now, I'm a practicing defense lawyer. I'm really smart.
Yes, and full of self-importance like your friend across the courtroom, I see.
You came here to London by invitation to the International Forensic Science Symposium. But then, without informing anyone of your plans, you took flight to France.
Took flight? I'd have to object to that turn of phrase.
Then explain yourself. What exactly were the circumstances?
Well, I was somewhat expecting this, and I'm sorry to say, I decline to comment.
That's it. Kitchen, what's going on? I'm so glad to hear you are alive. How are you, my friend? What? You came at just the right moment, just the dramatic entrance that we all expect from you. With Jigoku saying very dramatically,
I'm sorry to say, I decline to comment.
"See ya, bye." That's Jigoku. Jigoku, the drama queen.
Leaving the country prematurely when I was an invited guest may be questionable etiquette. But my decision is unrelated to this case. I can't be bound to testify.
It's been a fun weekend. I'm so glad to hear that. What you been up to? Anything special? Our good friend Noodle, also our other mod, is currently, I believe, in Scotland to see Mia, who's in Scotland at a convention, which is very exciting. It's her first convention, and it looks like she's been having a grand old time with the other Baldur's Gate people. So it's been quite a weekend for them, I think.
But my decision is unrelated to this case. I can't be bound to testify.
Scotland Comic Con FOMO. So yesterday, everyone who didn't go had a game day. We were in a Discord voice channel for 14 hours. Holy shit, that is a long time. Kitchen went to bed at 5:38. Kitchen! That is way too late. You need to control yourself. Sleep is important for your health. Okay? It's very important. 5:30 is too late. I mean, it's fine. You're young. You can do it. At my age, I don't do that anymore. 5:30. That's too much. I can't do that. I can't deal with that. If you had fun, it's okay. That's what matters. It's right. No judgment. No judgment when it's fun. Unrelated, you say? You are young and spry. I agree. I agree, Kitchen. I'm old and dry? I don't know what the opposite of spry is.
I appreciate that a respected police inspector has been killed, for which I offer my condolences. However, being an alien, oh my god, he's an alien! He's an alien! He's an alien!
That explains like the beard in kind of like all these different places. It's an alien beard. His tentacles. He's got tentacles. Hey, doesn't this kind of look like I'm Judge Jigoku right now? Is this a good cosplay? Hello, I'm an alien. I'm an alien. I'm Judge Jigoku. Got tentacles. Got the tentacles. But it kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
Anyway, however, being an alien, I'd obviously never met the man, nor do I know the first thing about him. Nor do I know much about humans in general.
Well, you like this as a thumbnail? Maybe that's a good thumbnail. I'll put a little marker on here. I can look that up later. Or do I? Yeah, never mind. No, I don't do this now.
As such, I'm in no position to testify. It's as simple as that.
So, you would run from all this?
I beg your pardon?
This case is more far-reaching than the murder of Inspector Gregson. It has ties to another murder. A case that was tried in Japan almost a year ago now. A year ago in Japan? The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson, you mean? That's right. And you, Judge Jigoku, are at the heart of both cases. The defense has evidence to prove it. Well, Ryunosuke, I see from the look in your eyes that you're resolved to carry this through to the very end, too. Let's see your evidence, then. What proof do you have that Seishiro Jigoku is involved in this case? What do I have? Ah, this one. He stole into Judge Jigoku's office. Was clearly that. Clearly that. This is a telegram detailing a communication sent between Britain and Japan approximately 1 year ago. The communication contained 4 names: Kei Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gurek-son, and J. Wilson.
I am a mad beard man now. You little. I shall have my alien friends eat you. Where did you get that?
In Tokyo. From your office, Judge Jigoku.
You stupid old Jigoku.
I just picture him actually doing that.
Na 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 na. I got you. I got you. La 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 la.
What? How on earth did you?
What's this all about? Why is my name on that list? This list of 4 names follows a certain pattern. T. Gregson and J. Wilson are the names of victims. Kei Asogi and A. Shin are the names of assassins.
No.
A year ago in Tokyo, Dr. John H. Wilson's life was taken in a Western-style restaurant in the capital. The culprit was found to be a visiting student, went by the name of Jim Jams, or Gisela Bread. Gisela Bread. But her real name was Jim Jams, Assassin, a professional killer sent on a mission to kill from Great Britain. Her real name is Assassin. Is she... That's like... So is that a British name? I doubt that that's her real name. That seems like an alias. A. Shin and her victim J. Wilson. And the murder that just took place here in London was the counterpart to that crime. An assassin sent from Japan, also a visiting student, Kazuma Asogi, whose victim was the British police inspector Tobias Gregson. Kei Asogi and T. Gregson. One assassin from each country to kill a target residing in the other. What exactly is the defense suggesting? These 2 cases of murder, one that took place in Britain and one in Japan, were masterminded by a pair of individuals from each country as a form of assassin exchange. I feel like that's a far-fetched theory. And the telegram the defense has acquired is proof of this international contract to kill. What? The telegram was found in your office, Judge Jigoku. In other words, the mastermind in Japan was you.
My alien tentacles are tickling.
Judge Jigoku, what is this all about? And you, Kazuma. You lied.
You lied to me.
That's why you're in gay baby jail. During yesterday's proceedings, you acknowledged that you'd accepted the assassination mission. But the mark wasn't Judge Jigoku at all. It was T. Gregson, Detective Inspector of Scotland Yard, as shown by the name on the killing contract. Very impressive, Ryunosuke. But actually, I didn't lie.
Don't say that unless you really mean it.
The name of the target I was ordered to kill never passed my lips yesterday. The idea that Seishiro Jigoku was the mark came entirely from you. You deliberately avoided saying a name? Oh, that's so clever. The defense claims these 4 names indicate some sort of international assassin exchange. I'm sure I speak for all present when I say, after I stand up, that the very idea seems utterly absurd. Well, Mr. Jigoku, what do you have to say for yourself? He's gonna laugh now, isn't he? His silence only goes to prove his guilt. There's another very important point that this new development brings to light. There's now a distinct possibility that the scene of Inspector Gregson's actual murder was in the witness's cabin aboard the SS Grouse. Judge Jigoku, you have to testify now. To refuse would put you in contempt of court. See, I knew it! I knew it!
There's no need for quite such a vicious stare, young man. Very well then. As a parting gift to you all, I'll tell you everything I know.
It seems this Japanese gentleman has information that the court must hear about the alleged assassin exchange and the events of the night of the 31st October. Present your formal testimony now.
As you wish, my lord.
All right then. Time for the witness testimony. The assassin exchange.
It's true that Kazuma Asogi was assigned the assassination mission 1 year ago now.
Wait, what? So he admits it.
The target was Inspector T. Gregson. That was a condition of the British study tour. However, in the end something happened that meant the young man was unable to carry out his mission. On the evening in question, a member of the crew was on duty outside my cabin at all times. If there had been a shot fired, crewmen would have heard it, so clearly I can't be involved.
Wait, but he's admitting that he's given the order? That's already pretty bad, isn't it? So you admitted then, as this communication suggests, there really was an assassin exchange arrangement between Britain and Japan.
A political endeavor at the highest levels, not something I can discuss here.
To use such a worthy practice as foreign study to coerce somebody to commit murder. It's the most appalling thing I've ever heard. Wow. And to be judged like that by Susato. Shame. Jigoku should feel deep, deep shame and regret for his actions.
Appalling? Well, it's easy to judge.
Pardon?
Asogi had a reason for taking his sword to that British inspector, you know?
What?
Which is why he accepted the mission in the first place. Isn't that right, Counsel?
So it must be that Gregson kind of got Asogi's Kazuma's dad executed or something? Or maybe he shot him. I don't know. Theories. Kazuma-sama? Judge Jigoku, if you are the mastermind behind this operation in Japan, then tell the court the identity of your counterpart in Britain. Oh, it's obviously Strongheart, isn't it?
I'm not obliged to divulge that information.
As I said yesterday, I've killed nobody. I freely admit that I accepted the mission, but on the night the plan was to be executed, I backed out. In short, this assassin exchange that the defense has identified is unrelated to the events of this case.
The crucial point is this. Your police inspector can't have perished aboard that steamship in Dunkirk. Because if he'd been shot in the cabin, it's inconceivable that a member of the crew wouldn't have heard it.
That's right. Gregson was killed after returning to London, in the room on Fresno Street. And the perpetrator of the crime was the Reaper, Baroque van Zeeks. The prosecution's accusation remains unchanged. To think that a seemingly innocent foreign exchange program was a facade for such Machiavellian dealings. Ugh, I'm outraged. I had no idea. Clearly, it's a plot only a government minister and high-ranking judge, such as the witness, could hope to execute. And I'm also a high-ranking judge, and, what is it, chief prosecutor or some shit? But, yeah, I'm totally not involved. Absolutely not. I'm super innocent, as you can tell. Probably. Yes, I'm confident about that. Totally true. Yeah, we can move on.
Well, I seem to recall that it was someone on the British side who controlled everything.
Chief Justice, that's what it was. Be that as it may, let's just move on. It is not the place of this court to pursue this villainous assassin exchange plot, which is so villainous, I would never be involved. I mean, I can't even imagine someone would do such a villainous thing. We are concerned only with the tangible events pertaining to the murder of Inspector Gregson. Nothing else. Nothing else. Is the defense clear on that point, counsel? Nothing else. Sure. Yes, my lord. I'll keep that in mind as I cross-examine the witness. Although you're being rather weird, if I just might point that out.
Weird.
The assassin exchange.
It's true that Kazuma Asogi was assigned the assassination mission 1 year ago now.
Yeah, you hold it. A year ago? When Kazuma was still in Japan, then?
Correct. It was at the examination center for applicants for the study tour that I approached him.
I'll never forget it. I remember exactly what you said. You just came out and asked me forthright if I'd consider traveling to Britain on an assassination mission.
Yeah, that's not weird at all. Totally normal.
Totally normal. Barely an inconvenience. Surely not.
I thought it was a joke at first, of course, but then it was made clear to me that if I didn't accept, I wouldn't be considered for the study tour.
So you agreed to it? Just for that? I know how much you wanted to study in England, but assassination? Just to be clear, I studied in the Netherlands abroad, and then I studied in the UK abroad, and I never had to kill anyone for that. So, just saying, if you want to study abroad, there are better ways than to accept an assassination contract. Okay? there are better ways, okay? Please. Please, if anybody approaches you in that way, just walk away. Don't even respond. Just walk away. Just walk away. Don't even, just go like, whoops, out of here. It's like, oh God, look at the time. But you don't have a watch. Oh, yes, that's why I need to go. See, I don't even know what time it is because I don't have a watch. So, bye. Maybe not more lucrative. Well, I don't know about that because I got a scholarship when I auditioned for drama school. So that was pretty lucrative because I didn't have to pay. So, just saying. I don't know if I would have gotten more money for assassination. I think the market rate for assassination is probably not that high, is it? I don't know. Nobody answer that question. Nobody answer that question. It's not a real question.
The Empire of Japan had accepted a proposal from the British Empire at the time. An agreement to send a student from each country to the others to deepen cultural understanding and friendship. But behind the scenes, the chosen students were to be given assassination missions.
God, what a freaking awful thing.
I had no choice but to accept the proposal that originated from my British counterpart.
You always have a choice, Jigoku. Why? Why didn't you expose the plot there and then? No comment. Britain acknowledges no part in these alleged misbegotten dealings. Nothing to do with us, and certainly not me. Nothing to do with me. I'm innocent. I advise you not to make spurious allegations, Foreign Minister Jigoku. I am angry.
As a witness, I am bound to tell the truth, my lord. Anyway, I picked Asogi and explained the details of the plan to him.
Yeah, British always like, we got nothing to do with this. We're totally innocent. What? We didn't send no arms to anyone. Nothing to do with us. Innocent. Completely innocent.
The target was Inspector T. Gregson. That was a condition of the British study tour.
Oh, what's up, Mr. Antenna? How you doing? You almost missed the possibly last stream. Well, I've been told that it's probably not the last stream because I don't think I'm going to make it through to the end here today, am I? Why? Especially not the speed that I'm going. Why? Why Kazuma? Why did you pick him as the assassin?
He was the most capable of all the applicants. And in addition, he has a really big sword. I knew his desire to travel to Britain was very strong. In fact, it was almost more than a desire. It was his whole purpose in life.
Yes. As his best friend, I can certainly attest to that. The way he threw himself into his studies, the way he pursued becoming qualified as a lawyer, was all ultimately for that one single goal of being accepted on a study tour to Britain. And of course, we know the reason behind that. He was determined to find out for himself the truth about his father, Genshin Asogi. There's nothing I wouldn't have done to get here. Be that agreeing to assume the role of an assassin, or betraying people's trust.
Well, you certainly did a fine job of betraying mine, Asogi.
But why was Inspector Gregson the target?
I have no idea. Those were the orders from Britain. I was in no position to question them.
You have no idea, really? I find that hard to believe.
Oh, do you?
Judge Jigoku was once a visiting student here in Britain himself, of course. Perhaps he has some connection with Inspector Gregson from that time.
The defense really ought to catch up.
With what?
With the fact that the assassin exchange has absolutely nothing to do with the case under scrutiny here. Yes, I've already admitted to recruiting Asogi. However, In the end, something happened that meant the young man was unable to carry out his mission. All right.
I presume you're referring to the incident that occurred during Kazuma's passage to Britain in January. In January? The awful tragedy that took place on the steamship.
Word arrived at the ministry some 2 weeks after the ship's departure from our shores. The visiting student had been killed, but his body had somehow gone missing in Hong Kong. The news was wired to me from a detective I'd placed on the ship to accompany the assassin.
Obviously, Kazuma didn't actually die at all, but he did lose his memory, including all details about his special mission. Did you not consider dispatching another assassin at that point?
That wasn't possible, simply because that black-clad young student over there had already put himself forward as Asogi's replacement, and there was no way to stop him from reaching Britain.
Ah, oopsie.
My hands were completely tied.
So Mr. Shom's strategy worked perfectly. He predicted everything that would happen. Months later, my memory returned, but I had never intended to go through with the assassination mission anyway.
So you were playing me right from the outset, were you? Is that it? Oh.
I'd sooner be guilty of that crime than of taking someone else's life. I was prepared to do whatever I had to in order to get myself here to Britain. This line of questioning has gone on long enough. All the court should be concerned about in the testimony given by this witness are details relating to his relationship with Inspector Gregson and the victim's murder.
In that case, as I've already made perfectly clear, I had no connection to the man or his death.
And you have some means of substantiating this plea?
On the evening in question, a member of the crew was on duty outside my cabin at all times.
Outside your cabin, in the first-class area of the SS Grouse, you mean?
Yes, that's right. Not least because there was a murder of a student passenger earlier in the year, I imagine. The liner operators have taken to posting crewmen outside every first-class cabin door.
I can confirm the presence of the crewman guard myself. What do you mean?
Because I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk that night, I witnessed it with my own eyes.
Yeah, but can we trust your testimony?
There was a well-built crewman standing guard directly in front of the door to the witness's cabin. At that particular time, of course, I'd gone to the ship's dining room for dinner.
The inspector and I asked the crewman to allow us into the cabin while we waited for Judge Jigoku's return. I suppose Inspector Gregson was there in his capacity as the Reaper. He was intending to take the witness's life.
Exactly. As I've said numerous times now, I had no intention of killing anyone.
So the crewman let the two potential assassins into the cabin he was supposed to be guarding.
Wait, what?
He was intending?
Right. So Gregson was there to kill... So they say Gregson was there to kill Jigoku. Okay. And then the crewman let 2% into cabin he was supposed to be guarding? Not the most convincing of sentries, really.
What?
In truth, those were my thoughts too. But anyway, I stayed to talk with Inspector Gregson for a short while, and then I left him there and made my way off the ship alone. Was the guard still at the door when you went? Yes. He glared at me as I walked past.
You see, that proves it. If there'd been a shot fired, the crewman would have heard it, so clearly I can't be involved.
The crewman who was standing directly outside your cabin door, you mean?
That's right. A muscular man with a permanent grim expression on his face. He didn't once move from that spot. To be honest, I thought he was a miserable fellow. But as it happens, he's a vital witness now.
Oh, so he's here? There's no doubt that Gregson was killed by a gunshot, and it's inconceivable that a crewman standing just outside the cabin door wouldn't have heard that. But wait, what about the ship's enormous steam engines? The noise of them could have drowned out the sound of the gun being fired.
Sadly, young judicial assistant, that won't wash.
Oh?
You will recall that my cabin was in the first class area of the ship, which is also, of course, the quietest. Don't imagine for a moment that it's anything like steerage where the judicial assistants go.
Wow. Bit insulting as well. I didn't mean. But a-hole. Hey, a-hole. Like that, made by a bullet, was found in your cabin, Judge Jigoku. That's compelling evidence that a gun was fired in there.
What's that? A bullet hole? Oh, yes. You're talking about what the detective uncovered in the wall yesterday, I presume. That was obviously a rotten panel eaten out by woodworm. No doubt he didn't actually find the bullet.
That's the hole in this argument.
Sadly, I was unable to arrange for the crewman to be brought back to Britain with me. But obviously, if a gun had been fired in my cabin on the night in question, as the defense implies, I would have been arrested on the spot and would never have made it to Britain in the first place.
Yeah, of course, because, you know, rich, like, ministers from abroad would never be let go for something, right? That stuff doesn't happen. Very true. The witness's logic is sound. Since no gunshot was heard from the witness's cabin on the night in question, we must assume that the witness is telling the truth. Oh, so we just assume that?
I'm glad you've seen sense, my lord.
I know Kazuma's already admitted to taking on this incredible assassination plot, but even so, hearing it confirmed by somebody else is still a real shock. It's unforgivable. Using Kazuma-sama's feelings to manipulate him into agreeing to such a despicable plan. But I think Kazuma manipulated Judge Jigoku too. He completely double-crossed him. Oh dear. It's hard not to see that as a stroke of brilliance on Kazuma-sama's part. One way or another, though, Gregson ended up dead. I really think that the murder must have happened aboard that steamship. So you mean Judge Jigoku must be lying? I know I shouldn't let my emotions cloud my judgment, but you must destroy him, Mr. Naruhodo. Damn, definitely don't want to cross Susato, do we? Okay, so what's our verdict? What do we... It's true that Kazuma Asogi was assigned the assassination mission. Oh, I need to pee now. I need to pee, and then I'm going to focus on solving this mystery. I shall be back in 2 minutes.
Be right back.
What's up, everyone? We're back, and we're gonna solve the problem. What is it? Okay, it's true that Kazuma Asogi was assigned the assassination mission 1 year ago now. So, 1 year ago, the target was Inspector Tobias Gregson. That was a condition of the British study tour. However, in the end, something happened that meant the young man was unable to carry out his mission.
On the evening in question, a member of the crew was on duty outside my cabin at all times. If there'd been a shot fired, the crewman would have heard it, so clearly I can't be involved. Okay. So let's look at our evidence. Record found as indicated. Duplicate follows. Okay, so that's the telegram for Inspector in Japan with the details telegram he managed to locate by stealing into Judge Jigoku's office. Small machine part that Mr. Shomes found in Judge Jigoku's cabin on the SS Grouse. Hold on. So if this was found in the cabin, and this may be belonging to this pocket watch here, then it means Gregson was inside, doesn't it? What do you think, Miss Susato? I feel sure I know exactly what will fit here. Really? I was just thinking precisely the same thing. We're about to see that the little round component is actually part of Inspector Gregson's broken pocket watch. Really? I was just thinking precisely that too. And so was I. Bud Grain. A perfect fit. I knew it. All right. Perhaps you knew it. I'll make a note of this new information at once. The details of the small component. Okay, so that means I think that should be enough evidence. So, but then I'm just... It's true. That was a condition of the British study tour. I mean, is this the evidence, though? Oh, also there was an evacuation drill. All crewmen are required to assemble on the main deck at 10 p.m. in order to review evacuation. The drill will take 20 minutes. Crew to resume duty as soon as the drill is over. Bam!
Objection!
Easy. Easy. This game's too easy. Too easy. Yes, as the court has heard, there was a crewman posted outside Judge Jigoku's cabin. However, we can be sure that contrary to the witness's claim, the guard wasn't there at all times. Duh. What? I have here a notice of a particular event that was scheduled to take place aboard the steamship on the 31st.
What? Where did you get that?
It's evidence gathered by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Yeah, you call it evidence gathering. I don't know if you ever heard of it, Mr. Judge Jigoku. I mean, like, it's supposed to be like some Supreme Court judge or some shit, but maybe you never heard of, like because you're a judge, you just sit down in a butt and you, like, get stuff presented to you. You don't understand what real good, like, attorneying looks like, okay? And this guy's got some ace attorneying going on here. Ah. Anyway, you were acquainted yesterday, if you remember. Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Herlock Sholmes. Again.
According to this itinerary, after leaving the port of Dunkirk at exactly 10 p.m. and for a period of 20 minutes, all crewmen of the SS Grouse were to gather on deck for an evacuation drill. All crewmen were away from their posts? And during that 20-minute interval, of course, any gunshots emanating from your cabin would have been heard by no one. Oh, you look upset now. Boo-hoo, Jigoku, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. You're a liar. You're being found out. Look who can also slam a desk, huh? In summary, Judge Jigoku, you
had ample opportunity to commit the crime. Ugh. Oh, it's funny how in that when it zooms out, it kind of didn't look like he was pointing at Judge Shigaku. It looked more like he was pointing at Kazuma. It should have been like kind of like, just the angle could have been slightly different. A 20-minute window of opportunity. That's an excellent find, Ryunosuke. So proud of you. But it amounts to nothing. No, fuck off. What do you mean it amounts to nothing? Why? Why would you say that? Why? Don't lie. I was being so clever. Why are you lying? Don't lie. Because the witness clearly stated in his testimony that no incident occurred in his cabin. So? Unless you have some decisive evidence that can show his testimony to be false, your accusation is nothing more than conjecture. No, I'm just saying that, like, it's very possible that something did happen because there wasn't somebody stationed in front of your thingy. Very true. Well, counsel. Well, we've got more. Don't worry, we've got more. Inspector Gregson was killed in Judge Jigoku's cabin that night. I'm certain of it. Because the defense has evidence to prove it. You will present the evidence for the defense at once, counsel. What proof do you have that the victim's life was taken in Judge Jigoku's cabin on the 31st October? And that's a little crown thinging. Take it. Judge Jigoku, this was found in your cabin yesterday. What is that? The crown of a pocket watch?
A pocket watch?
And if you will observe, the victim's pocket watch, which we know he treasured, is missing precisely that part. It can't be. Moreover, this crown is a perfect fit on the spindle protruding from the victim's watch. Exclamation mark. Now, the fact that this was retrieved from Judge Jigoku's cabin tells us that the victim's watch was almost certainly broke there. Ellipses. In other words, the victim was killed on the 31st during the 20-minute evacuation drill. In the cabin occupied by you, Judge Jigoku. What's up, Aurores Borealis? Thank you so much for 8 months sub. You forgot about the stream. Don't worry, you came in at the best time. When we are nailing Judge Jigoku to the wall.
Well, you're razor sharp, aren't you? You young murderer.
What? Why is he saying I'm a murderer? You're the murderer. Expertly maneuvered, Ryunosuke. So proud of you. You're sending me mixed signals, Kazuma. And your argument sounds entirely plausible. He's still going to disagree, isn't he? What is he going to say? Like, maybe that this crown isn't unique to this watch. Maybe this is like a very standard, like, kind of watch or something like that. Or, I don't know. Or that just because the crown is there doesn't necessarily prove that Gregson was murdered there. It just proves that he was there. So it's only circumstantial or something like that. At first. But rather like this pocket watch. It's full of cracks. Are you calling me a crackhead? What? And I believe Judge Jigoku feels the same way. You looked pretty angry before, so why are you, like, suddenly not angry?
I was wrong to acquit you earlier in the year.
What, because I'm nailing you to the wall now, huh? What a bitch. Sorry?
If I'd known that it would result in anyone having to listen to this drivel, I would have declared you guilty just to spare the world your ridiculous bombast.
Wow. You're just proving what a shit judge you are. Like pronouncing someone guilty even though they're not, just on your whim. You know, fucking judge. You're a prick.
I think it's clear that the witness will have to give further testimony.
When you hear what actually happened in my cabin that night,
What, an orgy or something?
you'll notice that the pitfall into which you've stumbled.
Prior to your renewed testimony, I would like to clarify one point. The fact that this part of the victim's watch was discovered in your cabin means that you acknowledge he was there, I presume?
Yes, I do.
Well, so why didn't you say that before then? You keep lying, like, the judge who cried wolf. We don't trust you anymore. You are not to be trusted. Very well, then. You may proceed to give your formal testimony about what exactly happened in your cabin aboard the ship on the evening of the 31st October.
Of course. As a man of the law, I've no intention of obstructing justice.
But you didn't admit to this in the beginning, so you seem pretty obstructive. I don't know if I can trust you. You seem untrustworthy. You're not trustworthy. You're an untrustworthy person. The events in the cabin. Ooh, we're gonna find out now. What are the events in the cabin? Ooh, mysterious.
I had a guest waiting for me when I returned to my cabin after finishing my evening meal in the dining room. When I walked through the door, a mustachioed Englishman was there, foolishly waving a gun at me. I soon took care of him with an ipponsei throw. Whatever that is, though he couldn't wait to run away after that.
Oh, what's up? What's up, Berry Treya? What a lovely name, Berry Treya. Is that like Eritrea? It sounds like the country Eritrea. Are you from Eritrea, Berry Treya? Because that would be fun. But also, you could not be, and it would still be fun.
I imagine this watch was broken when I threw him over my shoulder. It has nothing to do with this murder. The inspector was clearly killed having returned to Britain because his body was found in London.
Strongheart is also Iponsei. It's just a combination of the words berry and betrayer. Oh, that's pretty good too. A berry trayer.
A common jujutsu martial arts technique in my country.
Welcome, Berry Treya. And what is that lovely icon you have there? Is that from a game? Oh, that's from Streamer Awards 2024. What does that mean? Does it mean you won a Streamer Award, or does it mean you've participated in that? There's like a little icon there. Cool name, though. Cool name. And welcome. Welcome to the Mark. The Mark that does the stuff. You just watched it. Fair enough. I guess it's like when I some people have a what is it, like the silk song thingy that you get when did people get that? When you were subbing to someone who was playing silk song? Is that how it works? I think. I don't know. I don't understand how icons work in Twitch. Something like that. There's also a thing called drops, right? There's a thing called drops that people get sometimes. I don't really know. I don't really know what that means. Is that a drop? Anyway,
I was careful not to use too much force, but the man obviously landed too heavily for his watch to take.
So, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
I imagine you can see the flaw in your logic now, can't you?
What?
The fact that the pocket watch was broken in the witness's cabin in no way proves that the victim's murder took place there.
Yes, but the fact that the Jigoku initially wasn't even admitting that the guy was there, and you weren't admitting that he was there, and all this stuff, there's a lot of holes here, and we gotta find more.
I've no doubt the inspector intended to kill me, but he didn't manage to pull the trigger.
Yes, because he was merely the tactician, not the Reaper's hand of death.
Well, the testimony appears to make perfect sense as far as I can tell. Pish posh, we're done. Everybody go home.
You all in cahoots with each other.
Let me express my deep gratitude for your understanding, my lord.
Oh, come on, just sucking up to him. But if this testimony holds, Judge Jigoko will be deemed to have had no involvement in the case.
Well, counsel. Oh, hello. Hello, Midzamillion. And welcomed to the stream of the me. How's it going? Midzamillion. Does it have to do with medicine? Missing you at the quiz. Oh my god, are you watching? Wait, who? Why is it Midzamillion? Who of the quiz is it now? I'm confused. Anyway, maybe I'll come to the quiz later. Maybe there's a pub quiz I have to guess who. Is it Joe or is it Ken? But none of, like, there's not that many people it could be. Just watching me stream. Maybe it's Ken. Is it Ken? But why is it Midzamillion? I don't really know what that is. It's Joe. Hello, Joe. Hey, Joe. How do you do? Big love indeed. You just wait. I'm gonna solve a bit more and then I'll come to the pub quiz. Joe's a million. Hello, Joe. Everybody welcome Joe. Anyway, let's see how far I can get in here. Well, counsel, I really see no reason for wasting precious court time here on a cross-examination. Sorry, my lord. The defense has a right to cross-examine, and I don't intend to squander that.
You're an embarrassment to your countrymen, not knowing when you're beaten.
Hopping off now, indeed. Always nice to meet fans of the Joe. Hello, Joe. Bye, Joe. In that case, proceed, Mr. Naruhodo.
Cross-examination time.
There Joe goes. The events in the cabin.
I had a guest waiting for me when I returned to my cabin after finishing my evening meal in the dining room.
Because the so-called guard posted at your cabin door had just let your killer pass, you mean?
Apparently, Gregson told the crewman he was a police inspector, which was the truth, of course.
He wouldn't have had his identification with him, though.
He had his trench coat and mustache, not to mention the bag of chips. I imagine the crewman was convinced.
The trench coat, mustache, and chips means police officer. Got it. But the man accompanying him would have had two sword... Would have had... Is that a typo? But the man accompanying him would have had two swords slung around his waist. We found a typo, everyone! Oh my god, can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's unimaginable. I mean, like, do they not have any editorial, I don't have any good words. Editorial oversight. Unbelievable. It's an S missing. I want my money back. I've played this for 190 hours now or something, but like, that S is missing. That is just unacceptable, Capcom. Where's Mr. Capcom? Whose dad was it again? Was Mr. Capcom? Whose dad was it? Report it to your daddy right now. Unbelievable. Had two sword. The person two sword. Slung around his waist.
You mean...
Me? Me? Me with the two swords? That missing S drops this game now down to A tier, indeed. Previously it was S tier, now it's just A tier.
If you have an S missing, it can't be S tier, can it? Who else?
Yes, that's true. You would have hoped that the sight of a few swords might have set off alarm bells in the guard's head.
The point is, I left the cabin before its occupant returned and I immediately disembarked the ship.
Certainly. All I can tell you is that only the inspector was waiting for me when I arrived back at my cabin.
And you entered without any inkling of suspicion?
That's right. None whatsoever.
Wait, what? You entered without... Who entered without? All I can tell you is that only the inspector was waiting for me.
Okay. When I walked through the door, a mustachioed Englishman was there foolishly waving a gun at me.
Obviously, you're talking about Inspector Gregson.
Yes, though at the time, I didn't know the man's name, and there was no time for introductions. I value my life over manners.
By which you mean that the inspector was there to assassinate you, I suppose?
That was certainly the impression given by the gun pointing in my direction. But I've never seen the muzzle of a revolver shake about so much in all my life. Anyone would think the man had never shot somebody before.
Believe it or not, most of us haven't.
Anyway, there was no time to call for the help of the crewman at the door, so I dealt with the man myself, with my big muscles. Boom, boom, boom. I soon took care of him with an ippon seoi.
Is it seoi? Is that how you say it? Seoi?
Ippon seoi throw, though. He couldn't wait to run after that.
Oh shit. I didn't press. I have to press. I have to press to make sure I can edit all the text. I can look at all the text, make sure there's no more typos. Even though the man had a gun, that was a very brave move, wasn't it? I definitely wouldn't do that.
My Ponseo is far faster than a bullet, I can assure you.
Sure it is. But surely that commotion caused the crewman to come in, didn't it?
Yes, of course. He burst in immediately without knocking. The inspector hurled himself at the stocky fellow and just managed to slip past him to make his escape.
The outstanding guard does it again.
Luckily, there aren't many situations I can't get out of using a quick Ipponseoi throw.
This guy's not trustworthy.
I imagine his watch was broken when I threw him over my shoulder. It has nothing to do with his murder.
The crown snapped off and the glass covering the face of the watch was cracked.
Preferable to the man's head being pulled off or his spine cracking, wouldn't you say?
Not that the man was spared for long. A bullet to the chest soon saw to that. But the point is, a broken pocket watch doesn't prove that a murder took place.
Absolutely not. All the watch proves is the power of my jujutsu throw. Hiya! Hiya!
Whatever you say, it doesn't quite ring true that no shot was fired in that cabin. Because there was an obvious bullet hole in the wall.
What are you talking about? That's what the star of your lowbrow detective stories told you, is it? Well, I don't care for such fiction. Haven't you worked it out yet, you little stripling? No murder took place in my cabin.
What was you? Hold on, I need to look back at this again. Not that the man was spared from a bullet to the chest soon. Wait, what? Oh. Whatever you say, it doesn't quite no shot was. Right. Okay.
The inspector was clearly killed having returned to Britain. because his body was found in London.
There's no evidence that proves the victim ever returned to London alive.
Just take a moment to think that idea of yours through now.
Is it stripling or stripling? 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 What even is that? What?
If the inspector was killed on the steamship in France, how on earth could he have got back to Britain?
Maybe in a case? Well, you fit into your suitcase. So maybe another body. You're quite large, actually. So I think Gregson was not that large.
When people die, their bodies remain at the same spot. It's a devil of a thing.
Well, then obviously the culprit must have moved the body.
How exactly? Carrying a corpse off a ship in your arms would raise a few eyebrows at least, don't you think?
Well, yes, that's true, but all passengers' luggage is inspected when it is unloaded from arriving vessels, and I would like to think the border police would query the corpse of an English gentleman as a hand luggage. If the murder had taken place aboard the ship, you would imagine the body would have been disposed of at sea. There would be no sense in risking being caught by attempting to transport the body back to Britain. That's killed that idea then. But perhaps not. Mr. Sato? We've heard that the first-class passengers were under constant scrutiny by the crewmen posted to guard them, which would mean that the culprit had no opportunity to dispose of the body in the sea. Yes, that's true. So transporting the body to Britain may have been the only viable alternative.
Dear me. You really are new to this, aren't you?
It'll be so satisfying when we nail you to the wall. So condescending, prick. Stripling means someone young and not mature experienced yet. Is it because you don't have any stripes, or you just have one stripe? So it's a stripling? Is it stripling, not stripling? I think, or something? Is it strip? It's stripling. Oh. I've never heard of that for some reason. Oh well.
I thought I'd been perfectly clear, but it seems I'm going to have to explain it in words you can understand. I think I ought to alter my testimony. With your consent, of course, my lord.
Yes, I have no objection. State your amended testimony now.
There's no possible way I could have transported the victim's corpse back to Britain.
And why is that? There's an idea.
Think about it, stripling. All passengers and crew disembarked at the same time and passed through the same checks at the border. The symposium guests were then driven straight to the hotel in carriages organized by the ministry.
And we met you as soon as you arrived at the hotel.
So you did. Well then, remind me, did I have a corpse over my shoulder at the time?
What? No, clearly not. There's a military tradition of earning your stripes, I believe. So someone young to talk wouldn't have earned them. See, but that's why I thought it was. It came from stripe. So it comes from stripes, but you still say stripling, I guess, instead of stripling. Anyway.
So we're in agreement then. I couldn't possibly have brought the inspector's body back to Britain. Unless, of course, they've developed some clever device these days to instantly move things from A to B.
Funny you should say that. Yeah, Professor Hairbrain's invention didn't actually work, if you remember, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, of course. The defense has become unusually quiet, I notice.
Yes, because there's really nothing more to say.
Fuck you. We're gonna get you. So that's his story. Well, I suppose if you think about it, whenever you drop a teacup in the office and it breaks, we don't say, Mr. Naruhodo must have been murdered there, do we?
Is that a veiled threat about what might happen to me if I break another one?
And the fact is that Inspector Gregson's body was found in the little room on Fresno Street. If he really was killed in Judge Jigoku's cabin, the body would have to have been moved somehow, obviously. Transporting a dead body over a country border. That would be impossible for the majority of people, so there must have been some special circumstances that made it possible for the culprit then. That could be a vital realization, I think, Mr. Naruhodo. It must be, I mean, like, because he is like a minister or something. Do they have like special allowance or something? What is this? Passport document? Wait, who had this? It was issued for travel to France. A passport document that was in Inspector Gregson. It was issued for travel to France the day before his body was discovered. Permission for the police business. So if they murdered him and took this, couldn't they have used this to like say, oh, this is police business, so they don't have to check their shit? I think that seems... The other thing is also that there's blood on here, so this seems kind of also suspicious in some way. But right now, this seems kind of logical. And this card, this identification though, was carried by the other dude, right? What was his name again? Wait, how do I go? Oh, I can't look at the people for some reason. Huge Bone, that's right. Oh, Hugh Boone, that was his name. Huge Bone. So for me, I had a guest waiting for me when I returned to my room. Okay. Was it? Okay, so I think there's nobody I could have... Okay. Present.
Objection.
Oh, no? Shit. Okay, so that wasn't... Okay. Okay, fine. You're not happy with that? There's no possible way I could just... What about the... I mean... So then the other thing is just the case, I guess. But is the case big enough to put a whole body in? How big is it? I mean, there's clearly blood in there, but this doesn't look big enough to put a whole body in. This is a pretty small case. But I don't know if... I mean, like, I know that... Could it be that?
Objection.
No, it's not this either then. Shit, okay. Okay, it's not that either. I imagine it's one... Okay, couldn't wait to run after that. Mustachio, Ingram was foolishly waving a gun at me. I had a guest waiting for me. I mean, I'm quite sure it must be this. There's no possible way I could have transported the victim's corpse back to Britain. That's obviously the big mystery. That's the one we need to solve. A notice about practice evacuation. Price sword strip has a small piece missing. We already solved that. Is there something else? A police person? I thought that this would be it. That seems so logical to me. The report of the president signed by John H. Wilson. Other superficial external was indicative of a duel. Recent scarlet ink stains visible in the little ring finger. So this is the autopsy of... Okay, Clint Van Zeeks. This doesn't have anything to do with this. Last will and testament of Genshin Asogi that Mr. Vigil claims disappeared after the... Wait, who's Mr. Vigil? Why can't I look at the faces? Normally I can look at the faces when I press this. Is huge bone the same as Mr. Vigil? Okay, that's the same one. But normally I'm supposed to be able to look at faces when I press this button. It doesn't let me. I, Genshin Asogi, hereby request that upon my death, any and all material then Kazuma Asogi, Empire of Japan. So it's not this then. I can't do that when I'm presenting evidence. Oh, I didn't realize that. Photograph taken in the foyer. Oh, this is it. This is it. Look at the huge suitcase. He's right in here. The body is in here. This is it.
Objection.
Huge suitcase. Bud grain. Because I was thinking, obviously he hid in his own suitcase. So we know that. So yes. There's no possible way you could have moved Inspector Gregson's body, you say? How about some photographic evidence? I would say the opposite is true. Ha ha ha.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Far from being impossible for you to do. Dodged it! Ha ha! The transporting of Inspector Gregson's body back to Britain is something only you could do.
What are you talking about? Ryunosuke!
As well as being a judge, Mr. Jikoku is also Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs. Which means he's exempt from having his luggage searched when he enters the country. We learned that when we first met you upon your arrival in London.
Exclamation mark.
Well, all those passport checks and luggage searches at the border took rather a lot of time. I must say, I'm very envious of your ministerial status. You didn't have to go through any of that, did you?
Ah, I knew you were jealous.
I presume you recall this, Judge Jikoku? Huh? Look at this picture. It's a photograph we took in the foyer of the hotel to mark the occasion. Nyam, 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 nyam. Never gets old, does it? As the court will note, you have with you your large travel trunk. Large enough, in fact, to have a corpse inside. Mr. Naruhodo, surely you're not suggesting... I'm afraid I am. Yes. 3 days ago, when we were chatting innocently with the new arrivals from Japan in the hotel, the body of Inspector Gregson was just meters away from us, inside Judge Jikoku's trunk. Damn! Order! Order! Order in the court! I'm skeptical, counsel, that a grown man's body could fit inside even the largest travel trunk. It could. Because I happen to know that the witness himself, a man of considerable size, fits inside his trunk. And verifying that would be extremely simple, wouldn't it, Judge Jikoku? But inside his trunk? How horrifying.
and after we'd spoken with you at the Great Waterloo Hotel. You had the opportunity to visit the apparent scene on Fresno Street, taking your trunk with you in a cab to deposit the inspector's body.
I don't have to listen to this nonsense.
Dr. Gori, the coroner who examined the body, has confirmed the possibility. She's acknowledged there are signs that steps may have been taken to disguise the true time of death. The onset of the body's decomposition could have been delayed by storing it in a refrigerator.
Counsel, as I remember explaining yesterday, refrigerators of the requisite size are few and far between.
Yes, I'm sure they are. But one place they're certainly found is on large ocean liners. Such ships are equipped with electrically refrigerated cold rooms to keep food fresh on their long sea voyages, and the SS Grouse is no exception. Professor Mikotoba told me about it only yesterday. Well, Judge Jigoku? But wouldn't it be suspicious to bring like your big suitcase into the fridge on a ship and be like, "Hey, can I just store this in here? I like my suitcase to be nice and cold, please." That's just how I have my suitcases. It's a cultural thing. He told them it's Japanese ham or something. Yeah, probably something like that. Off to bed now. Good night, Marisienne. I hope you sleep well. I don't think we're gonna do a little bit more, maybe. See where we get to. Silence. However much you prolong this debate, you can't eliminate the truth. All the evidence points to you being the killer. I mean, I have to admit, it's still a little bit circumstantial. It's not. We haven't quite nailed him yet. That is yet to come, I think.
Well, this is all very heartening. I can see that it was a wise move letting Asogi and you embark on this study tour.
What are you talking about now?
Logical reasoning, of course. All court proceedings will be built on logical reasoning in the new century. And I can see that you've both laid firm foundations for that already.
Judge Chikoku, please, stop diverting attention from the issue at hand. The defense has made an accusation against you. How do you respond?
Respond? There's really no need for me to respond, is there?
Why ever not?
Because before you can even begin to answer the question of when the victim was killed, you must first establish one key fact. Where was the victim killed? It's quite logical.
The actual scene of the crime. The prosecution's stance is unaltered. The killing took place on Fresno Street when the gunshot was heard. As the accused, Baroque Van Zieks, shot the victim at point-blank range. Haven't we also established that it might have not been a gun, but like a firecracker instead? Since no tangible evidence exists to disprove the prosecution's claim at this time, the defense's deductions amount to little more than an elaborate fairy tale.
I'm afraid that's how the logical reasoning the British are known for really works, young stripling.
The victim was shot in that little room on Fresno Street and died instantly. I'm afraid it's the prosecution's claim. That's the only fairy tale here. How can you say that? Quite simply, because that claim directly contradicts a certain piece of evidence in our possession. Very tantalizing, counsel. I'm
tantalized. I think you had better explain yourself to the court, don't you?
The prosecution claims that Inspector Gregson died instantly when he was shot at the scene on Fresno Street. But this evidence, well, it must be a... What does the autopsy report say? Indeterminate. Evidence and measures may have been taken to disguise the time of death. Victim was shot in the chest at close range from the front, resulting in instant death. Scorch marks at the point of entry. The bullet exited the body from behind. Additional observation, the caliber of the gun used matches that of... Okay, so this one does say instant death. But what other evidence do we have that might be contradicting that? What other evidence do we have? A passport document. Is it police business? Tobias Gregson. A little doll. Inspector Gregson metal traveling trunk that was removed from the scene but subsequently recovered by Gina. Wait. Okay, so the pocket watch was damaged. Hold on. The pocket watch being damaged does not prove that he wasn't instantly killed. His body appears to be tightly cut up and there's a red hairpiece on his head. What about this? Does this say something about it? The photo? Apologize, Eyes. You gotta go again. Oh, I already said bye to you. You returned without me knowing. Without me realizing. Bye-bye. Take care. Take care. Wait, what about the candle? Wasn't this also... This was also part of it, wasn't it? Didn't we have... We had the firecracker being lit by the candle. The candle was used as a sort of timer device to set off the firecrackers. That's a really ingenious idea. Obviously, it's a shame it was used for such a wicked purpose. I wonder if there aren't some more positive uses for a timer device such as this. Ah, I have the perfect application. It would be a wonderful way of waking you in the mornings, Mr. Naruhodo. I think I'd prefer that you continue to wake me in person if it's all the same to you. Wait, what's our other evidence? I don't really understand. Wait, let's just save. Because good gamers save. It's now clear that it's the missing crown. Well, it's not that. Is evidence? Ah, maybe it's the blood on here? Could it be the blood on his case?
Take that!
The Japanese really are a curious breed to proffer an argument with such conviction only to present such nonsensical evidence.
Perhaps my Japanese friend's inexplicable thinking is why people talk of the mystique of the East. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm not the only Japanese around here. Do you even have a mirror?
The court is not interested in the mystique of anything. You will be penalized accordingly.
Was the victim killed in the room on Fresno Street, or was he moved there after his death? There's one piece of evidence we have that shows the answer to that question surprisingly clearly. Perhaps you should try to present the correct one this time then, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you going to try again? Or can't you hold your hand steady enough to point it out? Prosecution claims that Inspector Gregson died instantly when he was shot at the scene on Fresno Street.
Wait, what? I've always wondered what the underside of a hairpiece looks. It doesn't surprise me at all. I'm not sure that's quite how I put it. The bird and keep in place so it doesn't get blown off in a gust of wind, I mean. Take it off again. That's confusing. Note of introduction. Blackbird line. So that was the introduction that Mikotaba wrote for us. Red-headed League. What else we got? Dismissal notice. This has nothing to do with it. We've got this photograph. Not that. Murder weapon found and probably best to avoid handling it. So this is the type of the standard issue for members of the judiciary. Who they're issued to. I was told that for the past 4 years they've been engraved with a unique serial number. As far as I can tell, there's nothing like that on this gun, which as it must have been issued longer ago than that. Is this like simpler than I'm making it out to be? What was this again? This head came off or something, didn't it? But yes, you're right. The head part looks like it's been fairly heavy, which stands to reason, really. I hope it doesn't fall off in the end. Wasn't there like a key in there or something? What was the key for again? I already forgot. Used to wind. So that's to wind the pocket watch. Okay. Okay, so that was that. This evidence clearly contradicts the claim. Is it got this blood on the back? That doesn't contradict it. Is it just the picture? Would it be the picture? I think I'm gonna have to start guessing because I just don't know. It's not the trunk. It can't be Clint's autopsy. It has nothing to do with that. I already present... Is it the passport? Did I present that? It's not the evacuation deal. It's not this. What did I present? I presented the trunk. I'm confused. So I guess it's the picture. I don't really get why though. Is it because of the blood? Wait, I kind of, even though I've solved it, even though it is this, I kind of want to know why. Why does the picture prove it? I mean, his hands look kind of... His hands look weird. His fingers look weird. You have the... How does it prove that? I don't really know. Is such a specific reason? I really don't know. But, I mean, I guess I guessed it now. A photograph of the victim in the very location you claim he wasn't killed. Yes. The point is... Hold on. The posture of the body itself. What does it say in the autopsy report? Evidence suggests measures have been taken to disguise the time of death. Victim was shot in the chest at close range from the front, resulting in such short march. The bullet exited from the body from behind. The caliber used... Okay. Is it because he's all curled up and it looks like he might have been in the trunk? Where was it that it said something about curled up? So he looks like he might have been in the trunk, basically. That's interesting.
the posture of the body itself. If Inspector Gregson had been shot there in that room, it's out of the question that his body would have been curled up in a ball like that. Oh, it was in the description of the evidence. Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but your logic is flawed. He could easily have adopted that fetal position due to the pain of the shot, which was subsequently proved fatal.
Objection.
Ooh, I need to pee again. I'm gonna pee again and then I'll come back. We do a little more and then I'll be off. One more pee. One more pee, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright, we can pee now. Because it's good, because if you can't pee, then you have problems. So it's good to celebrate every pee and every poo. I'm sorry, I pee fast, but I do wash my hands, I swear. I always wash my hands, because that's the right thing to do. Oh no, what fell into my drink? What is this? Something in my drink. The fuck is this? I have no idea what this is. Something fell into my drink. What is this? Looks gross. I don't know. It's not the fruit fly. It's okay. I got it out, so it's fine. But I don't know what it was. Maybe something fell from the ceiling or something. At least we know he washes his hands. Exactly. It's nice to celebrate every pee and every poo. It is true. It is true. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Judge Jigoku, but it's your logic that is flawed.
What? Never.
According to this autopsy report, the victim died instantly. He would have felt no pain, much less have been able to draw himself into that position. Which begs the question of why the victim's body is curled up in that way. Well, the answer should be abundantly clear by now.
You're suggesting?
The inspector's body took on that posture ahead of its arrival on Fresno Street, before it was coldly turned out on the floor from the inside of a large travel trunk.
No. You're quite right. The shape of the body. It looks exactly as if it had been kept in a confined space. Oh my god. He's got it.
Judge Jigoku, present your trunk for examination. I believe it's very possible that it will contain traces of the victim's blood.
Present my trunk. I refuse.
Ooh. Well, what? Why would you refuse if you're innocent? Why? Why would you do that? Why? Why, huh? On what grounds?
Because I don't want to, and I don't like you. I'm the Minister of Foreign Affairs from the Empire of Japan. I shouldn't have to put up with this treatment just because of some stripling, spaceless accusations.
In other words, Judge Jigoku, there is blood in your trunk. There is blood in your trunk. You declined to answer that, but it is true. I believe it is true.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Objection.
I object before you finish your sentence. At this moment, you're not a government minister. You are a witness in a trial in Britain's highest court. I don't care who you are or what your status outside this courtroom might be. You will not withhold information. Nothing is more important than the truth.
Order in court. Well, Mr. Jigoku, what's it to be?
You can't be serious.
You did it?
Have you no shame at all? Kazuma Soki.
What?
Very well. I admit it. I did bring the inspector's body into the country. Inside my trunk. Exactly as postulated by the defense.
What? You... Dear God! Outrageous! So it was you. You admit to it.
No. I admit to nothing more than what I've said.
Wait, what? You admit to... so he's not admitting to the murder. He's admitting to bringing the body.
Of killing the man. I certainly have no recollection. None.
What on earth is that cryptic statement supposed to mean?
I merely disposed of the inspector's body, which was left in my cabin, in order to avoid unwanted attention. As the judicial assistant over there pointed out, I had no chance to throw it out into the ocean. So, I decided my only option was to bring it into Britain with me and dispose of it somewhere else.
You can't still deny it. If you didn't do it, then who on earth did kill the man?
As you know, there was one other person in my cabin that night. He had the opportunity. And moreover, he'd already accepted a mission to take the inspector's life.
Oh. So he's saying it's Kazuma.
That's right. Who else could it have been? It was you. Kazuma Asogi.
And I think this is a good point to leave it on a cliffhanger and continue next week. I think this is a good cliffhanger, isn't it? I think this is a wonderful place to stop. Even this face of Jigoku feels like perfection, you know? Maybe this is a good right back at ya. I'm gonna get ya. I'm gonna get ya. Right? So what do people think? Is it gonna be like, is this gonna be a one more stream, or is it gonna be two? I don't know. I don't know how much longer it is, but I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. Could it already be? Probably 3. Oh shit, is it still so much should it is the final case, so it should be a lot. So, I mean, I guess maybe that means maybe on my streamiversary, maybe I'll have the final stream of this on my streamiversary. Could happen. On Halloween, maybe. 31st or something. Maybe if it's 3 more, that would be perfect. It would be perfect timing, right? That would work out really well. Thank you, AIM, for the bits. Appreciate that. That is just after Gregson died. Ooh, spooky. So spooky. If we keep getting distracted, it might be more. We shall find out. We shall find out, hey? But thank you so much, everyone. And like, also for the break, I think I explained on my, I don't need to. I know I don't owe people an explanation, but yeah, I like, there was a month in between, I think, my last Great Ace Attorney stream and this one. But yeah, I had a little bit of a life situation because the house that I live in is getting sold. So, and I was panicking that I might have to find a new place to live very quickly. But turns out I may not have to find it very quickly, but eventually in the next year or so, which will be stressful.
But for now, I'm still okay, and I want to continue streaming. So, but for a couple of weeks, I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? So yeah. You love my jumper. Thank you so much. I like it too. It's just from M&S, to be honest. But yeah. So thank you so much for being patient with me and coming back, even though there was a month in between. And I'm okay. I'm okay. Everything is fine, and I will continue to do this case, and then probably after that, maybe I will do Ace Attorney 1 or something. And also, at some point, probably this week, I'm planning to stream with my good friend Sai, who we've been playing video games together, puzzle games for a few weeks. So maybe this week, Friday or Saturday, we might be streaming Outer Wilds, although we haven't 100% decided yet. So we might be playing something else. I don't know. But I think we will play Outer Wilds, or maybe something else. We'll find out. But yeah, we've been playing together Return of the Obra Dinn, and then Chance of Sennaar, they were both so much fun, and we had a lot of fun playing them, and playing these puzzle games together and stuff was really good. Blueprints, I think Sai has already played it with his partner. So we can't play that one together, I'm afraid, because unless it's because it's fun, I think, for us to play a game together that we both don't know. So Obra Dinn, honestly, Sadelby, is so good. I loved Return to the Obra Dinn. I think that was so good. If you got someone to play it with also, I have to say, honestly, I think it was one of the funnest game experiences I've had. And it was mainly because I played it also with someone else, because it was so there were so many times where we kind of wondering what's going on, and we're not sure, and then one of us might sometimes have hey, how about this, how about that, or something like that. It was an amazing game experience. And in retrospect, I was kind of it would have been really fun for us to stream, but also we were just playing a game together, and I don't want to just go hey, do you want to put this online or something, because it was just for the two of us, But I suggested to him hey, why don't we stream another game or something, and he seems totally down for it, So yeah, I will follow my Discord, come on my Discord and stuff, and then I'll announce it when I know for sure. But I'll post it on other stuff as well and stuff. So and bear with us a little bit when I do it, because we're playing at his house, and so I'm gonna have to figure out some of the technical stuff and how to do that, because I always play with earphones, but then when it's the two of us, it'll probably be on the TV, and then I don't know how it works with the feedback with the microphone and stuff. So it's all a little bit more technically tricky to figure out for the first time, I'm sure. But yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for today. It's been really fun. I might pop into my mates Joe from earlier and join them for the quiz. I'm actually a little bit late for it, but maybe I'll just join for the second half of it. And I'll probably do Great Ace Attorney next week. Sunday, maybe? And maybe I'll also do some more Silk Song in the middle of the week or something. I'm not sure exactly when, but I'll let you all know. So thank you, everyone, so much. It was so much fun. I'm so glad to be back. Honestly, I've missed these streams. I've missed you all. Missed Great Ace Attorney. And so I can't wait to do more and figure out what this old... Wait, which side am I pointing to? What's this old sucker's been doing? What you been doing, huh? You murderer. Murderous man, you murderous hell man. That's what he is. Anyway, have a lovely rest of your day and rest of your week, and I'll catch you all on the other side. Bye!